I got it in cash.
It's starting, Queen. Peace and love, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Aisha Sisterhood with the Aisha Sisters, Queen Sue and the Aisha Sisters. My name is Fatima, followed with Queen Sue on the line. How you doing, Queen Sue?
I'm doing simply marvelous. I'm doing
Wonderful.
simply marvelous. Glad to be in the land of the living and to be around to be able to talk to all of you out there in the media land. Happy,
Yes.
happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. Today is July 5th, 2026, where our topic is going to be part two of I'm Your Sister and Ain't a Damn Thing You Can Do About It. Okay? Hot
Mm-hmm.
topic. I want to
Hot
start this
topic.
off with making sure, first and foremost, that we reverence God. I want to do the Al-Fatiha in English. In the name of Allah, most gracious, most merciful. Praise be to Allah, the cherisher, sustainer of the world. Most gracious, most merciful. Master of the day of judgment. Thee do we worship, and thine aid we seek. Show us the straight way, the way of those who bestowed your grace, the way of those whose portion is not wrath, and those who go not astray. Amen.
I,
Yes, yes.
I mean,
Yes, ma'am. So we are back on the Aisha Sisterhood show. We have had about a 2-week break, but I can tell you what, we have missed you guys. We missed talking to y'all. That's all we've been talking about, but we have been busy, busy, busy with being out here spreading love, spreading unity, spreading the joy of just being alive and being great. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that you were very missed within these 2 weeks of us not speaking with you guys. But we come back with the hot topic, and that's definitely promoting sisterhood and actually the balance therein of having sisterhood.
oh yeah.
But I'm
And
going
this
to
is
pass
it.
the floor now over to. I'm sorry, Queen Sue. I'm gonna pass the floor over
Okay.
to Queen Sue, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Hello everybody. Um, it's a pleasure, to be able to reach out and talk to you all on this segment. We have been doing you're my sister and there's a damn thing you can't do about it. And it was a certain thing that took place that made us bring this back up to validation again. And that's why we are rerouting and staying on you're my sister and you can't do a damn thing about it, because to talk about it is one thing, but to be about it is another thing. And then to
Yeah.
experience what sisterhood and ain't a damn thing you could do about it is, that's the most explosion part about it. So I said, we did you're my sister and I can't do a damn thing about it. But by us going through life experience, you hear what I'm saying? Dealing with our sisters, dealing with the ups, the downs, the big, the bad, and the ugly. We had to bring this back to the surface again because we didn't want to leave no parts of it out. Do you understand what I'm talking about, Sister Fatima?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
And
uh
I must say, well, what you're saying there, Queen, is that um the demonstration has been divine. It's been divine. Now I'm just gonna say that, and then I know that you were talking. And it's been so divine in us actually taking this step up towards a better sisterhood, or just women with women situations, and how to uplift each other, not tearing each other down, but uplifting each other.
yes. And uplifting us, you know what I'm saying? And then the reason why I wanted to reenact on this subject is that, for you to deal with your sisters, uh it's very intimate. And the reason why it's intimate is because you gotta think about what type of sisters that we dealing with. You feel what I'm saying? And the sisters that we is dealing with on everyday life, who have not been hurt, who have not dealt with mistrusting one another, who have not dealt with deceit and all of that type of stuff. So to make a bond for the sisterhood and make it be known that you real about this, we had to find a safe place. And the safe place is the most important thing to find in your sister. Knowing that your sister gonna fight for you when you can't fight for yourself. Knowing your sister got your back when you can't have your own back. Knowing that your sister know that if you ain't breathing, she gonna try to breathe another breath for you. So I
Yes.
not forgot, but something just hit me like a bolt of lightning when I said, "Oh man, we need to reiterate again on you're my damn sister, and there's nothing that you could do about it." You know, being an elder sister, which I am, that a person said something to me because like I had an experience with my sister whom we shared the same wound that we came up out of, right? And I was feeling all emotional inside because I was feeling like, we grow up and we have our own different routes of friends and stuff like that. But I was always feeling like I love my sister, you know what I'm saying? But my sister don't love me like I love her. You feel what I'm saying? And it wasn't until it was brought to my attention that by me being the elder sister, that the sisters, siblings up under you look at you as more as a mother figure because you instructing them and you telling them what to do. You standing on your mama's business. You feel what I'm saying? So if they inclined to say, "Oh, we're gonna go out and have a drink or have a smoke," we ain't gonna tell big sister because she gonna be the one that's gonna lay that rule down. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what clicked my head. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you for Fatima for you bringing that to the surface with me because I was feeling like really milky inside. You feel what I'm saying? I was feeling, I was feeling like, the love that I was giving wasn't being reciprocated. I was crying in my own self. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Self-absorbing in my selfishness. You feel what I'm saying? And I wasn't looking at the outer core of it, and I had a conversation with my daughter Dana. I had a conversation with Freddie.
Mhm.
Honey, by the way, I had a conversation with Fatima. You know what I'm saying? Because it really had me bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, why they don't want to include me with something? You know what I'm saying? They looking at me like the authority figure, like shit. We don't want you in our mess, but we do it. You know what I'm saying? So I that's what threw this back at again. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying, Fatima? So if you want to
Listen.
elaborate on that, I wanted to
Yes.
get all the sisters on it. I wanted
Yeah.
all the sisters to join today, but
Yeah.
we had so many different festivities because of the 4th of July that I know that if they could have made, they would have been online with us today.
Yeah.
So for the ones that got a busy schedule or just got some overlay from yesterday, I understand, but this message still had to be brought out there. You hear what I'm saying? What you think
Mhm.
about that, Fatima?
Well, speaking from that experience, we both got a side of you. You know what I mean? Because
Mm-hmm.
I oftentimes unnoticed, I'm sure that my older sister, you know what I mean? You're very familiar
Mm-hmm.
with my relationship. The reason why I can speak on that is because I look at the situation with my older sister. There's so many things that Superwoman is what I want to call her, because the things that I may fold or crack under pressure on or whatnot, she don't make no excuses on that far as for me. She cover us, even with having a mother. You know what I mean? That's not taking anything away from my mother. That's just genuinely how she is, because she's the elder sister. And it's like, when you have all your little ducklings in a row, she gonna come back and make sure that she check on me. She gonna check on her little brother. So when stuff necessarily certain things come about outside of the fact that my sister probably know every aspect of my life, I can't lie to her anyway. So if I'm going to go do something I ain't supposed to do anyway, 9 times out of 10, she already necessarily knowing. And it's not the fact of discluding you. It's just that at the end of the day, you know what I mean? That elder sister don't really get, that was an acknowledgement for me that day, that the elder sisters really don't get the recognition that could possibly, you know what I mean, that they need, because the simple fact here is they're so busy being the elder sister. So like there was a day that I actually had to kind of look in, and I actually called my sister after I talked to you on the strength of just letting her know how much I appreciate her. You see what I'm saying? Because the simple fact here is that I understand her role as my elder sister. Like she's always making sure that her younger siblings are straight, even though we're close in age or whatnot. Is you know, she gives countless amount of time and energy, just like how you do. And you know, sometimes you know y'all left to feel like, you know, well, what about me when they come around to my feelings? Like how my sister, you know, she'll throw a whole extravaganza for me, but then you know my stuff may be just as simple. But then that gave me kind of a recollection where I needed to look back at itself, and am I actually showing my sister I appreciate her? So that was iron sharpening iron in that situation. You know what I mean? And it's never that you want anyone to feel left out. It's just that some things is just our own personal feelings at the time. But then when we get that opportunity to be able to look outside of ourselves, we see a different perspective. Not saying that that's even an excuse, you know, it just tends to be that way. It tends to be that way. So with when things like that, we're just really, whether it's the elder sister or a little sister, sometimes we can all feel a little unappreciated, and it's not even by purpose. It's not even by purpose. It's just some things that you feel like that you want to get a little more recognition for, and it's not far as the fact of making everything about you, but everyone wants to feel appreciated.
Yeah.
So with that being said, you know, it's easy sometimes for us to get caught in ourselves to say, well, why don't ones do this with me or want to hang out? And you know what I mean? Because the simple fact is that, and then it doesn't have anything personally to do with them. It's just everybody has their own lives. But it's important for us to understand as well, if you feel in a certain type of way, address the situation. Don't allow, a lot of times as Black people, we will keep things hidden inside, bury it down to the point where before it becomes a problem, just speaking on it, because it may not even be that. You see what I'm saying? It may not be that. You can get a better understanding instead of just burying it down like, well, I just feel like that, you know, it may not necessarily be that. And then sometimes you can actually just kind of watch and learn, because you can get a whole lot from just kind of observing and seeing how ones treat you versus how you treat them. And in no case should you feel, should someone, you know what I mean, get all the recognition and you just showing all the love and, you know what I mean, you being there for them and everything. And then when it's your turn or whatnot, your cup is empty. You know, so that's something also to keep in mind. That's not to say that you just give until your cup is empty. Sometimes you got to look at your own cup, make sure that you have enough in that cup to be able to give. So that's my views on it. I know I probably got a little long-winded on it, but
it ain't that you got long-winded on it, you know. If it take you a little bit longer to explain the situation for it, to break it down for somebody to understand it, that's what this line of communication is open for us, you know, because you may be saying something that somebody else want to say. You might be saying something that's touching on somebody else's view. See, it's a lot of people. Communication is a very important part of elevation. You feel me?
Absolutely.
And one thing a lot of us don't know how to do is to communicate in the proper manner. You know what I'm saying? We so used to getting upset and fighting with our words and cutting with our words instead of us really just sitting back and activating the situation. We don't take time to calculate, what if this happened? What if this way? We don't do that that certain thing that caused, finding out. It could have been, instead of 2 ways, you and me, it could have been 7 ways. And one of those ways would have been the correct answer. We too fast to clap back. Oh, I'm gonna get you told. You feel me? And not knowing that that's a bad spirit that dwells when you just I'm gonna tell this person how I really feel. No, you gotta find out how you really feel before you express that to that person. And you gotta find out, is it the right thing to do? Because guess what? You the one got to be accountable for any good deeds you do or any bad deeds you do. And so everything that we do is a learning experience. And us being older or being baby sisters or a big sister, we all got to stand up and take accountability on how we treat people. We treat people the way we want to be treated. If anytime you go around treating somebody one way, you treat them one way, but you want them to suck up to you, then you're the problem. You feel what I'm saying? So find out where the problem is. Don't always look like the problem is with that person. That problem might be with me.
Your own
with
self. You. That's right.
You know, so that's why you got to take on your own recognition to make everything right. You feel what I'm saying?
Peace and love, sister. We got Sister Sugar joining us, partner body queen.
Peace and love. Sorry for my tardiness.
Peace and love, peace and love,
peace and love, sister. Part yourself. When you was finished with your thought, I wanted to say, far as on that right there, a lot of times what you were saying, far as the fact of how we need to be careful on how we speak, because words, even if one's apologized, you can't take them back. They gonna stick. People have to understand that. Ones have to understand that when you say something, whether you was not a sound mind at the time, feeling some type of way, this is why emotions, you cannot act off emotions. My best advice, and this is only from self-growth, I'm still learning, is if I'm too mad, I'm not talking. I'm gonna be quiet. I will come back because I understand the value of my words. If you understand the value of your words, you would know that you could really hurt somebody you really love talking out of anger. So especially when we're dealing with a sisterhood, when we're dealing with women, when you're dealing with women, we already of emotional nature. We have to be careful, pick and choose our words. If you don't know at the time, come back to it. But don't let them words slip that you did not mean. Or, sometimes we say stuff and you say truly how you mean, but you probably just need how you word it or whatever the case may be. So, I just wanted to say that on what you were saying, as far as the fact of how we actually are talking to each other, because like for real, if you could say something and at some point, hey, maybe you didn't blew the river, the whole river because of your mouth at that time, because you was too angry to talk. If I'm too mad to talk, and I know how, with knowing self, it will help you prepare properly on how to deal with people, period. It's not the fact of being perfection, because we don't know the situations that we're going to face. We just have to prepare ourselves enough with discipline to understand self. I understand self enough to know that if I'm too mad, I'm not going to talk. It's best for me not to. You see what I'm saying? And I know that if I got to say, look, I love you, I'm going to talk to you later. You know what I mean? We'll talk about the situation later. It ain't the fact of trying to delay it and stuff like that, but level heads. Because truth be told, all that hooping, hollering, and going off on each other, all that stuff like that, it ain't going to solve nothing. It's going to create more of a problem and division.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that's like even when we growing up in the church, it tells you, you know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it says your tongues deliver life or death.
Absolutely.
And it's not saying in the physical term, but it's saying in the mental term, because once you say something to somebody, that's who they say you is. Because you didn't say something about an anger, and you didn't prepare yourself on how to really calculate and deliver something that wasn't supposed to be delivered to a person as a bullet that shot him and
Right.
killed him. You feel what I'm saying? You gotta
Mm-hmm.
know how to woosah. You feel what I'm saying? I love this young man. He's from Milwaukee, and he deals with the youth. You know what I'm saying? And every time he delivers something at one of his speeches, he always asks the audience. He said, "I'm not gonna tell y'all to be quiet, while I'm up here speaking, but the proper thing is to listen, to learn, and to take 1 minute to breathe. Exhale before you inhale before you exhale the wrong thing out. You feel me?
Yeah.
So
Mm-hmm.
everyday life is a learning experience, you know what I'm saying? And I love life. I love life to life today because I've made plenty mistakes along the way. You feel what I'm saying? But today, my favorite word that I've learned from my sister and from my brother and from just going through, I love to be accountable of my actions.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
I love to deliver love. I love to deliver the right thing. You feel what I'm saying? Because today I was in a mystical world that I thought I was saying and doing the right thing. But today I'm in this world where I'm standing up to accountability because I say what I mean and I mean what I say. Because before I say something, I think about what I say. I think about the outcome of it's going to be. I think about the deliverance on how I'm going to give it. So a lot of times you'll catch me, I'll be quiet because I don't want to put something out there that I'm going to have to say, oh, she confused. I ain't confused about a damn thing. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'll be quiet and I just work the rooms. I work my surrounding. You gotta do that, especially with you trying to be a upliftment to another sister who life you take in your hand. In the word it say, your living is not in vain if you save one soul.
Right.
But what is the price you gotta pay for damaging a lot of other souls? You feel what I'm saying? So the life is in the tongue that you deliver or death. So always think about what you're gonna say and how you're gonna what you're gonna pour into the next person. What do I want to pour into my sister? I can't make my sister do what I tell her to do. I could just be the example and walk that example and show. You feel what I'm saying? And I could
Mm-hmm.
pray that I'm delivering the right thing. You understand what I'm saying? Because I make no moves without trusting in God. You feel what I'm saying? So we just got to be the message that we bring, and we got to mean what we bring, so we won't have to go back on anything to erase. So my word is accountability for my sisters. You feel what I'm saying? And pardon my dust. I'm on this road. Ain't none of us perfect. We make mistakes. That's why
Mm-hmm.
we are forgiven mistakes 77 some thousand times a day. Because as human beings, we just keep on making mistakes. And sometimes we keep on making the same mistake. But when you remove trust from somebody, that's a hard thing to get back. You feel me?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
that's what I just want to deliver because I've always been a person with trust issues. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't never think I admit it, but baby, I don't trust yanker, stanker, panker, or manker. You understand what I'm saying? I'm always looking beyond what I see in front of me. So,
Right.
I just want to be a helpmate to my sisters if that'll help them along the way in their journey. Oh, that we gotta walk on faith and believe God. So what I don't see and what I don't hear, I know God got my back.
Mm-hmm.
I know Allah got my back. I know they got me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pardon the
I'd have
body.
been in murder clay. Yes, go ahead. Go
Pardon
ahead.
about it. Brother Darius was saying, "Hey, sisters." I just wanted to let him know that we seen his comment and thank you for watching.
Hey, brother.
Thank you, brother. Thank
And
you.
I wanted to add in about being accountable, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yes.
not accountable for our words, accountable for our energy. right?
Mhm.
Because
Mhm.
people don't realize everything we do starts off with spirituality. To speak
Yes.
is a spell, right?
Yes.
Because we're
Yes.
speaking life or we're speaking death. You know, sometimes
Mhm.
that's why I don't tell people I'm in a hospital or I had a surgery. People like, what? You did what? Like, I ain't even know. Because you don't want
Mhm.
nobody that trusting. You don't want nobody speaking on you. Because
Right.
that
Mhm.
actually can make it worse. But I was gonna say being accountable for the energy that you give off. Like somebody make you have a bad day, right? So now you got an
Mhm.
attitude through the day and you taking that on, got an attitude with everybody else in the world. Not understanding
Mhm.
you're giving out that negative energy that you will give back because
Right.
we
Yeah.
are energetic beings. That's what people have to
Oh yeah.
realize. Back in the day,
Mhm.
now we used to be way more energetic. We actually used to shock people back in the day.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
pretty sure y'all to touch somebody and
Ooh.
shock them back in the day. You don't do that too much no more,
Yeah.
right?
No, cause they.
Because go
Mhm.
ahead.
No, go ahead. Cause they pouring our energy out. The
Yes, and
universe is taking
we're
our
not
energy.
getting grounded. We're not getting grounded in our thoughts first. Like the sister Fatima said, you got to sit back and think, right? But what if you're not able to say, I can't talk at that moment, right? Um, One day I hope that we do have a class on how to combat negative energies. Like I
Mhm.
took a life coaching class and I took an energy healing class. So like one of the ways is when negative energy come to you, start naming stuff in the room. That cuts that
Mhm.
energy there. So that means you're
Mhm.
not keeping it and you're not transferring it. So after
Mhm.
you start naming stuff in the room, think of something you like, call somebody you like, or do something you like. So now you bring it back into positivity. Because
Mhm.
long as we keep in a negative energy, we're going to give out negative. We're just like a battery, and people don't understand that. We can make other
Mhm.
people day bad because now I done got into it with somebody. Now they day bad and they don't understand it. They get into it with people. It's a big
Mhm.
domino effect. But being
Mhm.
accountable is learning different ways to combat negative energy that comes towards you.
Yeah.
It's learning. Being accountable is I'm going to learn so I could be there for my sisters the way I'm supposed to.
Yes.
So, yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Yeah,
Oh
pardon the
yeah.
body. Sister Nita also said peace and love, sisters. She's on here as well, listening in.
Peace
We
and
appreciate
love.
Peace and
um
love, sister.
what you were saying as far as the fact of the energy. Sometimes we could be the powerhouse of really saving somebody throughout the day. That's why it's imperative, like when we out and about and stuff like that. I understand life be happening, but when you see people that look like they're just having a bad day, just one kind word could change
Yeah.
really the whole situation. I kid you not. You don't know if that person was saying, you know what, after I leave this here Walmart, I'm done with life. And your kind word or gesture be what save them. That's why it's so important. Like I know sometimes I have my rest, I'll just be on the go and on a mission and things like that. But I watch too. You see what I'm saying? And if I see someone, because I'm an energy felt person, you know what I mean? And if that attraction comes or whatnot, I'm gonna come talk to you. 9 times out of 10, I'm usually just going on about my way. I ain't really saying much, this and that. But I'm never somewhere for no reason. You know what I mean? Everything is purposeful and things like that. When I am sent to you, I'm gonna do what I need to do because it's some sort of a reason. You know what I mean? I've had people that come to me was like, you know what, I just was so down. I had this and that going on. And with you just telling me good morning, your good morning, and that smile just made my whole day. It ain't even seen that bad no more. We have that impact. This ain't just far as the
Mhm.
fact of sisterhood. This is us. Yes, we're sitting down right now around the round table talking about far as the fact of how we promote more women relationships. Because the tearing down and things as far as the fact that there's no competition, no woman, no sister will ever be me. I will never
Right.
be another
Mhm.
sister. And we have to understand that. So what is
Yeah.
what is the problem? Why are we segregated? Why do we have to have this whole thing of feeling some sort of way towards another woman if you ain't gonna have none of the characteristics, even if y'all doing the same thing, baby, it's always something to do. I've been doing nails this year for 15 years professionally.
Congratulations.
Let me tell y'all something. It's gonna be so many more nail techs that was here before me and here after me. Thank you, sister. And I tell you what, they'll never be able to do what it is that I do. I'm gonna show you. And guess what? You still gonna get your own niche to what you need to do, as far as the fact of you doing nails. And we have to understand that. Hey, for what? Hey, for what? I want you to be better. And you gotta understand, you gotta want better. Again, I know we talk about the sisterhood. We have to want better, but this goes so past that too, because a lot of these things all connect too. You know what I mean? Men in certain situations, you know what I mean, in life, cause the division in women, making them feel like that they have to compete. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's no competition. Know who you are as a person and do some soul searching. It just comes as simple as what Queen was saying, as far as the fact that silence is golden, y'all. You will get so much more understanding about life and yourself if you just be quiet. Listen to what's around you. Listen to your head. As a matter of fact, the realest person, I was about to say the realest person you gonna know is gonna be right up here. They gonna keep you on point, because what's right and what's wrong was gonna be told to you. Now you know that wasn't right. You know that wasn't right. You know what I mean? That's how stuff would happen with me. And if things like that come to me at an instance or whatnot, that's my time to correct it. The main thing at that time is for me now to correct it, because self then told self. We have these things, but this is stuff that we tend to ignore. Because now I'm mad. Now I'm feeling some type of way. I have to show them. Show them what? Show them what? Besides your whole natural ass. Sister Nita said sometimes silence is the best option. Absolutely. I totally agree. I'm learning that as I've gotten older. I'm not very old, but as I've gotten older, from coming from hot-headedness, like for real, like I have to talk before I have to let you say what you're gonna say, but enough for me to be able to get you together. It ain't nothing in there for you. Besides the fact of a lot of hurt feelings and a whole bunch of enemies and things like that. Real talk. Be quiet.
Yeah.
Let them talk. You might be missing something about yourself that they actually say.
And we have to realize too, a lot of stuff, far as not just women, people in general, a lot of stuff with this competition stuff is not even the competition with you. It's stuff that they have broken inside themselves.
Yes.
A lot of stuff that a lot of people stemming things from their childhood. We got to realize 70% of our adult life, we live the way we live because of our childhood. Either from the lack of something, too much of something, not having a daddy, not having a mama. Like our life we live, like the way we cook our food. Oh, I was taught that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, some people don't sweep my feet with the broom. You know what I'm saying? Don't cross that black cat. We take on a lot of stuff and a lot of trauma, not just superstitions. We take on a lot of trauma from the lives of our parents, because they made us live it. Now we making everybody else live it.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely. Rewriting history on things, especially with coming up out of certain things, you know what I mean? In my family, I chose that because when you see the pattern of certain things for so long and stuff like that, as far as the fact of acting, I know that is like a generational curse for us, as far as the fact that everything was a form of acting funny. So for years, all my 20s, the beginning of my 30s, I think towards the middle of my 30s, when I was like, okay, I'm really the problem here, but it's more of the fact of what I've seen growing up for so long. Everything was my family. In my family, everything that anybody do was a form of acting funny, and you got to stand on that. And it was just like, when I got to thinking, I was just like, but for why though? Because I've been all good and mad and stuff like that. And this person kind of looking like, I don't even know what you're mad about, but have a blessed day. You know, that's going to piss anybody off that's mad, is when they level-headed and you pissed off. You know what I mean? I done had too many people level-headed when I'm going off. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, you know what? It's time for me to sit up here and see the errors of my ways here, because it's me at this point. because they going on about life. And that's just in general. Like people go on, and there are some people that literally be feeling some type of way. Their life is miserable and they want to get you upset. They want to see you do that. And they have succeeded with their plan. Don't fall for the tricks.
Yeah. Facts. That's why we have to take classes and give little tidbits like we usually do. You know what I'm saying? On how to combat different things. You know what I'm saying? Because it really helps. I used to be a whole total different person. And you also gotta make sure you don't let nobody take you back to who you used to be. Because
absolutely,
they will take you, if you're not grounded in who you are now, they gonna try to take you back to who you was yesterday. And we cannot allow nobody to tell us who we are, because we make our own path. We are co-creators with God. That's because God give us choice. See, I love God and God is my number one, but I'm second to him. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we have to learn things and live them. Not learn them to know them, but learn it to live it. If we truly want to change.
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's that experience being the best teacher, though, because guess what? We wouldn't have known that we needed to change or make it or look for the differences in our lives if we didn't ourselves experience that stuff. I kid you not.
That's
Hypertension has
so
been my biggest thing. When I start realizing I'd be sitting up here and get so mad and have situations where it got me so hot that I end up having to go to the hospital. I'm talking about piping mad. You know what I mean? I ain't coming down. I'll get material. You can't get her down. You know what I mean? And I realized, like, I'm not gonna keep sending myself on to the hospital because I'm mad for people. They didn't accomplish what it was that they was trying to do. Yes, ma'am. Well,
That is utterly the truth. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, that's another form of maturity when you can learn from your mistakes, when you could pour into somebody else, you know what I'm saying? An example of the good and the bad. You know, everybody in this world ain't gonna like you, because sometimes you don't even like yourself. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about passing the wand to uplift the next person, and letting the person know over everything that you love them. You feel what I'm saying? And that's how things is gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Because you are protected, whether you're a baby sister or an older sister or whatever. We have that protective shield inside of us that we want to protect the world. You know what I'm saying? So
for the most part.
Yeah, for the most part. Sugar, I want to say something on what you said too, that was very important, right? You were saying that as we grow up, we are so what we are from what we then lived. You feel what I'm saying? That's how I received. You know what I'm saying? We was taught how to cook. We was taught how to discipline. We was taught how to be quiet. We was taught how to fight. Everything came from the upper umbrella. You feel what I'm saying? So it makes a big difference after you had 25, 30, or 40 or 50 years of a mentality of a way of life. So it's up to you to dig out the good, the big, the bad, and the ugly and get it right. Is that correct?
Correct.
So, very correct.
Yeah, so,
that's just like what Anita was saying right here. Sister Anita said, when you chose it, you got to keep your character when chaos calls your name.
Oh, yeah.
Facts.
Yes.
Facts.
Thank
you. I was going to say on what you were just saying, Queen. Pardon about it. So what you was just saying when you were speaking on far as oh gosh, I just lost it. Oh gosh. part of stuff. Now I feel bad because I just lost it that quick because I had a message coming through and then just lost my whole train of thought. Pardon the body. I'll keep talking.
But yeah, long as we doing what we doing is actually we're helping people right now with this podcast, just talking about the stuff that we're talking about, because some people may not realize, oh, I'm doing this and I'm like this because this the way I grew up, not because this the way I am on my own. You know, it's good to keep some things that come from your family, but something be curses, something just be a habit. If you see something all day, every day, this is what you were put in line to learn to live. You know, it's hard to get rid of it. And for you to say, oh, well, I'm going to be an individual. I'm not just going to be my last name. I'm not just going to be my mama. I'm not just going to be my dad. I'm going to be an individual and I'm going to go my own way.
Right.
That's a big thing. And that's the number one thing is cleaning yourself up.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, clean yourself up. Once you clean yourself up, then that's the only way you could be a useful to yourself or anybody else.
Yeah.
It start with self.
Yep, you just helped me too. Remember exactly what I was saying as far as the fact of helping. A lot of the things that we even go through in life, it really has nothing to do with us. We go through things to help others. That was what it was. So you just said it. I said, bingo. There it was. That's what I was sitting there thinking when Queen was saying, as far as the fact that when we go through different things, right? It don't even be about us. And I know it seems selfish or whatnot, but what else are we here for? You know what I mean?
Right.
Other than here to uplift. When you go through things and stuff like that, and you see somebody else going through it, if they will listen, you know what I mean? Anyway, because usually when somebody won't help or whatnot, they need that help. They're gonna want to hear your testimony. So a lot of the testimonies, the things that I've been through in life, when I shared or whatnot, makes someone that's entering into that season understand that they're gonna make it through. They're looking like, well, shoot, you don't look half bad coming about that season. So I could do this. So yes, what we doing here and continuing to do and demonstrate. Most importantly, I don't even want to just talk about what we're doing here on this podcast, y'all. This is what I see amongst my sisters when we are on these calls, when we out here in the community, is literally doing just that. Is being that assistant, being that big sister, that little sister, that aid, that assistance, you know what I mean? That shoulder, you know what I mean? Rebuilding everything that may have at any point have been a problem. All of that stuff I have seen. We've had so many situations with deaths that we had to deal with and everything. We have been coming together. And that's a beautiful illustration to see in real time. This is what we are actually doing in the Aisha sisterhood.
Oh yes, and I have to clap on that, right? And I have to give you sisters that's on camera right now, and the one that's out there in the land that's a part of the Aisha sisterhood. I got to give y'all flowers now because I can't say it enough. I am so very proud of the work that's being done, the togetherness that we're sharing with one another, us all learning to get up out of ourselves because it ain't about us. It's about our people, the community. It's about what we look like to help another person. Because if poison could get in the stream, it's gonna poison the land. And if goodness could get in the stream, it's gonna supply goodness down the stream. You feel what I'm saying? So I appreciate all of you all and everything that y'all do as my sisters. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't have it no other way because I feel so energetic because we're made out of energy. Remember that, sugar?
Yeah.
I feel so energetic. I feel chills on my body. I feel good all over. I feel good all over because I know that our line, I know that God is in control on where we going to, baby. We're gonna be the one to save our youth.
Yes.
They need help. They trying to erase our history from us.
Right.
They can't do it. We got to do it. And I
Right.
feel the fire in y'all bones. Like Shadrach, Meshach. I feel it in y'all bones. Like I feel it inside of mine. That we're on the right page, doing the righteous thing to save our people, to save our children, to save our humanity as Black queens and sisters. I love it. I love it. I love it. You know, our march is coming up. Million Moms March. That's the name of it. But the Lord gave me trillion in my ear. And I just didn't speak it out, not because I didn't believe it. I didn't speak it out because we had to manifest into what we're going to do with this Million Moms March. You understand what I'm saying? We're going to be the ones that's marked for saving our people, saving our brothers, saving our sisters, and saving our children. It ain't about us no more. We didn't jig, we didn't did our thing. We got to lay some goodness down because they trying to erase us off of the planet. And if we can't show undying love for one another, it's gonna be a hard walk to walk. But I'm just trying to tell y'all today, this day I feel real good because I feel it. And when I feel something, I know I'm in tune with the I am God. It is so good to feel the way that I'm feeling. I feel good all over. Because no weapon formed against us shall prosper. Long as we on one accord, they better look out. Matter of fact, you all out there in the land better look out. If y'all ain't on what we on, y'all better look out.
Look out. I was gonna say, Queen, on what you saying, you have to give yourself that same recognition first and foremost for the fact of being able. Do you understand the magnitude of what you've allowed for us sisters to be able to do, to be this impactful with the Aisha Sisterhoods? Being the president of the Aisha Sisterhood, you gave us that platform to be able to do what we need to do. So that's a clap for you.
I thank you for the clap, but guess what? The bigger clap belongs to the I am God.
Yeah.
And the man that stands in front of it, that's seeing a better tomorrow for us with this organization. That's the very own Minister Rico, who wrote this book in 1994 for us to have a format to follow. But he's seen it in my heart. So I said, he said, follow me. I said, I'll follow you. You understand what I'm saying? Long as it's righteous, long as it's for all of the people. You understand what I'm saying? Long as it's not gang related, long as it's about the queen. Because we got to do what we got to do.
Right.
Absolutely. So Sister Nita said the sisterhood has been full of life lessons. I'm blessed to be a part of it. We're moving forward and being positive. Absolutely, sister.
Yes. True.
Well, ladies, we got about 7 more minutes of this podcast. So I guess this would be a good time for us to reflect on some of the things that we actually have talked about as far as the fact of the sisterhood and leave with a good message. I'll end it out. So I'll give the floor to Sugar. Do you want to give some last words before we?
Yeah. Well, I wanted to say, make sure you guys inbox any one of us in these different states and get your 50-50 raffle tickets that will be pulled at our Aisha Sisterhood picnic. Make sure y'all try to get there. It will be in Chicago, July 19th. Get your tickets. Get your tickets.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. And I wanted to say, be what you want to see. Okay? Be what you want to see. And that's all I have to say.
And that's beautiful, sister. Queen Sue.
And I wanted to, I'm just, what, I am so filled today. I don't want to take you out of church, but I'm just filled with the Holy Ghost on today. I'm just filled with, and Sugar, I want to give all roots out to you, Donna, and D-Woo, for you all standing up and orchestrating that beautiful 4th of July event for the family of Michigan. You hear what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I want to speak on Sugar for a few minutes, y'all. She has been a person that's been loyal and been a force to working with ever since the time that we embrace one another. You hear what I'm saying? And her heart has always been in the right place. You feel what I'm saying? And she got her name in a lot of different places in Michigan on the thing that she stand up and do for the township and the community. This is what we all supposed to do everywhere in each state. And this with our sisters, even when they got to go alone, even Fatima. You understand what I'm saying? Being in Indiana, you know what I'm saying? The brothers on the other side of town, she still was leading, had us all coming from Chicago. It must have been 20 below zero. People was laying on the ground. It was so cold that we had hot food passing it out with her. They turned into frozen food before it got in their belly. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm just telling you, it's so much power in the room. And you know, I can never, I can't start naming all of y'all sisters for what y'all do. But I gotta thank Nita because she's on the line. And the reason why I gotta send Cheerios out to her, because that sister been a sister to reckon with. You feel what I'm saying?
No, for real.
She's calm, cool, and collected, and I have never once seen the time where she done lost her cool while I was in the room. You feel what I'm saying? And she'll give you that knowledge. But we got beautiful sisters that I wanted them all to be on here because they are all our sisters. And I found each personal part that I love of each and every last one of them. I seen the power inside of each and every last one of them. And you know, right now we covering around about, we got 37 states, but we got about powerful 9 to 10 women in each of these states. And you know, it really only takes 1 or 2. You understand?
Right.
but we doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? The work gonna get done. There's 52 states that we gotta cover. But guess what? I asked y'all, even in the audience, look at the movie called Send the Devil Back to Hell. Hallelujah. Send them back to hell. And it was about some brave sisters, y'all. I asked y'all to get that movie and look at it because it's going to show y'all the movement of where the Aisha sisters are going. And I just want to tell y'all, thank y'all and keep on joining us. We're going to have a big old treat.
Very soon.
On the 19th. Our picnic is on the 19th. And we're going to have the founder who wrote the Aisha sister book for us probably on an interview. Live streaming. So tune in. We're going to give y'all the treat.
Yep.
All right, Fatima, take it there.
She excited, y'all. Okay, pardon body. So as we close or whatnot, as sister was speaking on the tickets, yes, please reach out to any Aisha sister in any state as far as the fact of getting those. The tickets are on sale until the picnic, the 50-50 raffle, where you got a chance on winning half the money. And the other half, the other proceeds go over to the Aisha Sisterhood. And also to make sure that we see you guys out at the Aisha Sister Annual Picnic. It'll be July 17th through the 20th, but the picnic day is going to be on the 19th. Okay, it starts promptly at 2 p.m. We will be out there. Y'all will see all the Aisha sisters out there, showing peace and love and unity. And we're just looking forward to that. As far as with the sisterhood, I just may say, like, as far as the fact of get things right, if that is the issue, I don't want to say like, as far as the fact that there's always something or whatnot, right? But if things are not, things don't feel a certain type of way or whatever case may be, ask questions, go in with a calm mind, and find out, you know what I mean, what the bond is. Bond with your sister. And I'm trying to find the right words to say, let's bond, ladies. I don't even just say far as the fact that this sisterhood here, okay? Bond with the ladies. Any woman that's just period point blank here, we not against each other. And anybody that's creating division and separation and things like that, cut them out. and literally stand true to the truth. The truth is that you got to stand in your light. And in order to be a light, you can't be having nobody come in and blowing your candle out on your light. Okay. So with that being said, that concludes the Aisha Sisterhood topic. I am your sister. There ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Part 2. And be looking forward to our next podcast. I will have that flyer out here soon. For next week, we back on schedule. Pardon the body for our absences again. We were very busy, but at the same time, too, never too busy to make sure that we handle business with this Aisha Sister podcast. So we will be back next Sunday. Peace and love, peace and blessings to everybody. And we'll see you very soon. Bye.
Peace and love.
Bye. Peace and love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.